Vusi, a very good afternoon to you. We know that there have been some bodies found in KwaZulu-Natal today, and we also know that His Majesty is going to address people at 2 o'clock. What else do we know? A very good afternoon to you, Vusi. If you can hear me, just give us an update from Cato Ridge. Perhaps we'll come back to Vusi a little bit later on. No, he's on air, he can hear us. Vusi, over to you.
Yes, indeed, we are here. The two bodies were discovered. I mean, it's here in Cato Ridge. These two bodies were apparently the taxi operator as well as one passenger whose taxi rammed into the side of the stationary truck that was looted en route from the very same building we are in here. This is a Vusi Logistics, which is one of the biggest warehousing companies in the SADC region here. It's here at Cato Ridge. The first body, a third one, which was found lying on the pool of water in the Durban CBD on Wells Street. He was a middle-aged man. But at the moment, we don't have much details other than that we saw the body lying on the pool of water on the side of the road with police as well as the forensic pathologists as well as the mortuary van which took the body to the mortuary. But at the moment, we are here. The Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, accompanied by his delegation, which included MECs for social development, education, as well as other departments, they came in here in order to ensure that they come with the SNDF members as well as police. As you can see, I'm going to ask our camera operator, Vusi Khumalo, just to show you the SNDF members who have been deployed to secure this facility, of which we have counted to more than 10 of them, including and the Metro Police officials as well as SABC members who are already here. So the Premier came here with his delegation that included those departments. They looked so amazed at the amount of loot that has been looted since from late yesterday, when the first incident of looting took place here at the very facility called Vusi Logistics, which is one of the biggest warehousing companies here. So what we can say is that the number of deaths as of yesterday were 27, but we know that there are other deaths that are related to the incidents of looting in KwaZulu-Natal. So for 27 deaths officially, plus other deaths as well, that will be that are already accumulating as we are seeing more and more bodies being found or recovered in the areas of KwaZulu-Natal as we are here at Cato Ridge. So the Premier did say and also alluded to the fact that South Africa or part of KwaZulu-Natal is becoming like a banana republic, and also the MEC for Community Safety and Liaison also making admission that we are the police are sort of losing they're sort of thin on the ground in terms of policing. That's why they've sought the assistance of the SNDF just behind me to ensure that they secure this area. She was also hopeful that with the deployment of the SNDF members, things will come to normal in no time. But she did say that people are starting to lose hope, or that things will become normal very, very soon. But she was hopeful as well that with the deployment of police in some of the hotspots areas in KwaZulu-Natal, especially here in Durban, but there are so many other places that are currently being mentioned or declared as hotspots, as we know that a number of incidents related to looting have been reported, with a number of deaths happening, some of them as a result of stampedes that are taking place in KwaZulu-Natal. With that said, it's back to you for now.
Vusi, just very briefly before we go, we know that King Misuzulu Kazwelithini is set to address people at 2 o'clock today. Do we have any insight into what could happen there?
At the moment, we cannot really preempt the speech that he's going to make, but we got an invitation that he will be addressing his subjects later on today at Ulundi. So at the moment, we don't have much information as to but certainly he would like to address his subjects, because the KwaZulu-Natal as a whole under his leadership is burning, and also he must be very, very concerned about the issues of safety of his subjects as well as businesses. The economy is already ailing due to the COVID-19 plus the current rampant looting that is taking place. So these are the issues that the king is likely to mention as some of the concerns that he have, especially with regards to the safety of his subjects as well as the general public in KwaZulu-Natal, plus the business sector, which is also, very ailing at this moment in time as a result of looting that is taking place. Because even as far afield as Ulundi, Nongoma, Pongola, all of those areas have become hotspots for looting. In some instances, like many of those towns, all of the stores remain looted. So a number of people will go hungry. As from yesterday, especially, garages or filling stations have been reporting that they are running dry on fuel. But what is little bit comforting, we saw this morning 2 fuel tankers being escorted by private security firms, ensuring that there's no one who may attack some of those fuel tankers to ensure that people do fill up their petrol. Their petrol. But at the moment, the people of KwaZulu-Natal are also worried. That's why the king will also address the media later on today at Ulundi in KwaZulu-Natal, in far northern KwaZulu-Natal.
Vusi Khumalo, thank you so much for that, giving us an update from Cato Ridge.